We're going to look at the French newspapers now here on France 24. Florence is with us here in the studio. A lot of the French papers, they're focusing on this important ruling in Germany yesterday, the Constitutional Court, really clearing the way for the country to participate, if you like, in the Eurozone bailout fund.
That's right. According to the right-leaning newspaper Le Figaro, Germany has given Europe hope with this ruling. So by giving the European Stability Mechanism the green light, this top court in Germany not only bolsters Chancellor Angela Merkel, but also backs European leaders and their plan to help Eurozone members in difficulty. Now, in the editorial, Le Figaro says that it's too early to say if the euro is saved or not, but there's definitely light at the end of the tunnel, and it applauds Angela Merkel for her courage, for going against the public and even members of her own party. And according to Le Figaro, this is necessarily going to have consequences for France and François Hollande, the French president. And Le Figaro, right-leaning newspaper, says that François Hollande should take a page out of Angela Merkel's book, show some leadership, even if this means ruffling feathers within his own party and taking on bad opinion polls. Now, according to Le Figaro, he has to ask his socialist buddies to be a little bit less socialist. Now, this ruling in Germany is also on the cover of the Christian newspaper La Croix. They say le répit, respite. It says that there's a wave of relief across Europe because of this ruling. This editorial says that the court decisions means that the euro will be saved, but it says that leaders are now going to have to start focusing on what's going to happen next. And according to La Croix, there's still a lot to do.
Yeah, it was a really good day for Europe, in fact, yesterday as well. We had the decision, the decision by the electors in the Netherlands, if you like. They've kind of gone for the pro-European parties, haven't they?
That's right. This is in the business paper Les Echos that says by electing the Liberals, Dutch voters say no to Euro skepticism. And Les Echos says that yesterday's vote was kind of a test for the Eurozone. And even though early exit polls say that the score is going to be tight between the Liberals and Labour, at least both of these parties were pro-European, and therefore voters shunned anti-European radical fringes on the far right and the far left. So between this ruling in Germany and the vote in the Netherlands, it's good news for Euro leaders and their austerity measures, except for in l'Humanité. They said that austerity is not the solution and in fact makes things worse. On the cover there you see austerity in the docket. Now, l'Humanité has a report on a UN report that allegedly says that draws up a balance sheet for what l'Humanité calls Europe's poisonous austerity policies. And according to l'Humanité, this leads to more inequalities.
And of course, the French newspapers looking at the deadly attack on the U.S. consulate in Benghazi.
That's right. There's an interesting piece in Le Figaro because, of course, there were also attacks on the U.S. embassy in Cairo that wonders if the Arab Spring is actually turning into an Islamist winter. So, according to this article in Le Figaro, there's a rise of extremism in the wake of the Arab Spring that's alarming a lot of people. So there were these attacks in Libya and Egypt. But in Tunisia, for instance, artists have been attacked. Sidi Bouzid, where the Arab Spring actually started, the bar there that was selling alcohol has been banned from selling alcohol. So Le Figaro says that this is worrying for a lot of people, but says that not to forget that these people are a minority and this shouldn't mask efforts by elected officials to bring democratic reform.
And finally, France has pulled out a piece from the Christian paper La Croix over here, focusing on gender inequalities in the cultural world.
That's right. La Croix wonders, où sont les femmes? Where are women? And La Croix says that there are very few women in high management positions in the media and in the cultural world. Now they have a special report on this gender inequality and accounts by women who work in the media who say that there's still very much this glass ceiling in France. And there's a funny cartoon in La Croix where you see a woman walking into a board meeting full of men sitting in very comfortable seats, and the man welcoming her says, here's a cheap seat for you to sit in while you bring your feminine touch to this meeting.
Oh, we just got a new woman here at France 24, new boss.
I hope she's not sitting in a seat like that.
Yeah, no, I hope so. It'd be slightly uncomfortable. Florence, thank you very much, Florence, with the French newspapers on France 24.